So this is a Philips CoughAssist T70. It works for patients by giving them a rapid insufflation, or think of that just like it sounds, an inhalation. So they're going to get a positive pressure breath. That air is going to rush in, followed by a brief pause, and then a rapid exsufflation, which sounds like exhale. There's a reason why. It basically sucks the air out rapidly. By doing these two maneuvers, the insufflation followed by exsufflation, it's acting like the patient is coughing. So the patient, this is going to be used for your patients who are not able to generate a cough. Think of your neuromuscular patients, quadriplegics, and your really older, frail, elderly patients are usually the ones that we tend to think of that would benefit from this. Contraindications against using this device would include history of a pneumothorax, pneumomediastinum, even some cystic fibrosis patients. But again, like a lot of things in respiratory, there's some gray area between, let's say, the cystic fibrosis case and also some of the settings that we're going to be going over in a separate video. Anytime that a physician writes for something other than what I'm recommending, it's best to use your clinical judgment and discuss concerns with the provider to come to a solution. If you think there's a pressure that's dangerously high, by all means have that discussion with the provider who ordered it. But today, the goal is just to give you some generic settings that would be a fairly safe middle ground to start for the adult patient, okay? Scheduling for this machine, treatment schedules can include Q6, BID, TID, PRN. It's just a matter of how much mucus the patient is trying to clear. And if they're if you find they're getting into coughing fits, then more treatments might be needed than fewer, per se. So again, keep that in mind, but I just wanted you to know some of the treatment times because that is going to be asked on the checkoff assessment. So putting the circuit together, first and foremost, we've got our bacteria filter. We're going to put this on here as such. If the patient is on a trach, and you always want to make sure that cuff is inflated on a trach patient for this therapy. But let's say the patient is on a home ventilator, because we would never use this with a critically vented patient. But if the patient's on a home ventilator and they're on some level of oxygen that you notice that they desat anytime the vent circuit is disconnected, you're going to want to make sure you have oxygen bled into this so that way their O2 sats maintain. If that is the case that you need to bleed in oxygen, the oxygen T-piece would fit in here. With the single port being there, you just plug in your oxygen tubing, the small bore, and then that goes to the flow meter. Next is the large bore or the blue corrugated tubing. That will go here. You just need one package of that, nothing more, nothing less. And that gets you this piece. Next, you need the 15mm adapter. And if the patient's on a trach, you just put in a suction ballard, and that way you have easy access. If they cough up something, you can suction it right out. If the patient does not have a trach, you would get a mask. Some of these 15mm adapters, you really have to work at. This is actually one of the easier ones. For the more difficult ones, I would recommend getting an angle like this and really trying to work it on. You may really have to press on it. You're going to think you're doing something wrong, but trust me, you're not. And then when giving the therapy, you want to make sure you have a good tight seal with this so that the pressures are getting into the patient and this machine's best able to work. The next video will be about settings, but otherwise that concludes the basic setup and the reasons why we would give this device.